Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Om. Let's do it short today because I'm short on energy here. So let's go slowly and with a few shortcuts. So Bhagwan, instead of saying Bhagwan create the world, the devotee progressed a little bit, and he says Bhagwan manifests itself as the universe. Okay, so Bhagwan create the universe. Bhagwan manifests itself as the universe, so that we can progress to understand that anything that we touch base with, anything we contact is manifestation of Bhagwan or the body of Bhagwan, and then I will be more intimately soaking in Bhagwan, intimately experience Bhagwan at all times. When we come to that understanding and somebody asks, so can I have darshan of Bhagwan? What the Gita says. This question is meaningless because you are having the vision of Bhagwan 24/7, always. You are not, you did not understand that that is a fact. So you are not aware. You did not get that cognition that everything you are contacting is body. Bhagwan manifests as our environment. So we are having darshana all the time. So our problem is not we need to receive a new Ishvara Darshana. We need to recognize that we live within Ishvara and we have the vision, the contact with the Lord 24/7. We are not cognitively aware of this simple fact that we are having Ishvara Darshana all the time. And the moment we become aware of it, the moment that we recognize it, it's said that we have got a more mature mind. So the devotee has stepped up to understand Ishvara, which is not limited by some deity or some name, forms, or symbols. You know, everything is a symbol, as we have seen. Everything is a vibhuti of Ishvara, is a glory, it's a symbol of Ishvara. When you look for Ishvara Darshana, you are primary bhakta, maybe Adama bhakta is first stage, maybe, you know. When you are aware of the fact that Bhagwan, you are soaking within Bhagwan, there is no way you can contact Bhagwan because you live in the scope of Bhagwan, and then you are a higher developed bhakta because Ishvara, Kala, as well as Niyama Maham, and I am Madhyama Bhakta. So Uttama Bhakta is above that. So he's saying that we grow to become a Uttama Bhakta. You remember the meaning of this word, Uttama? Can you tell me?
Uttama would be the higher bhakta, Madhyama the middle, and Adama the lower bhakta.
Yeah, thank you. Adama and Madhya and Uttama. So 3 levels of development or qualification. I am Ishvara. Uttama Bhakta is above the lower and the medium. I am Ishvara, that is a little too much. We can never say I am Ishvara. Okay? We can just say I live within Ishvara, but I am Ishvara. We should never get into that ego trip. because it's not an ego trip to say I am of the same nature, fundamental nature as Ishvara. Well, I am of the nature of Nirguna Ishvara. I am of the nature of Brahman, but we should never say I am of the fundamental nature of Ishvara as Brahman, fundamental nature, but we cannot say I am higher than Ishvara, or I am Ishvara, I am God. This is misunderstanding because the Jivatma is so limited in terms of omniscience, omnipresence, omnipotence, that it can never ever compare itself to the Lord, the Creator, although it is made of the same raw, how you say, not raw material substance, substratum as Nirguna consciousness. Never say I am Ishvara. It's enough that you say I'm aware of the fact that I am not experiencing anything other than Ishvara. Therefore, this Vishvarupa Bhakta is the greatest appreciator of the nature of Ishvara, the nature of the planet Earth, as we know. So he is usually a great nature lover. So such a devotee, it's one of those things. Everything is Ishvara, but go and live in an overpopulated city such as São Paulo, where there is concrete and asphalt and buildings all over the place. It's still living within Ishvara, but it has a different sort of frequency there that does not attract those more purified minds. The more pure minds are going to feel more attracted by another aspect in terms of frequency of energy of the body of the Lord as manifest through sattva, rajas, and guna, combination of these three. When you go in a place where people are mostly rajasic and tamasic and you don't see even a tree or a flower, the frequency is different, as we know. And some people like it because they vibrate more or less in harmony with that kind of frequency. But this kind of devotee, which is Uttama devotee, is someone who is quite purified and refined, and he is already quite a spiritual, wise person. Therefore, his appreciation will be for things of higher orders. So Arjuna also gets a glimpse of this appreciation of the Lord as everything, and therefore his mind is overwhelmed by devotion, and therefore he says, I do namakara to you, but I'm a bit confused because there is only so much I can do physically. But I will do this namaskara of facing all directions. I don't know how someone can do simultaneously a namaskara, but people do. They turn to one side to the other side as a symbol of recognition of Ishvara all over. There is a Shiva Shankalpa mantra occurring in the Mahanyasa, which is chanted generally before Ekadasa Hudra Abhiseka. Shiva Sankalpa mantras are so beautiful. Let my mind have auspicious thought, and one of the auspicious thought is what? All the legs, all the eyes, all the face are the face of the Lord. So he's doing a recap here, reminding us of this passage, including Arjuna feeling guilt because before he was not seeing Krishna correctly, you know. He was seeing Krishna as a neighbor, as a friend. So he feels like I did not relate to you in a proper manner. I did not worship you. I should never put myself on the same level as you. I should have put myself down. This he's talk about. I should not sit on the same table. I should sit on the ground, on the floor to eat, not on the same table. But this is just symbolic because it's not a question of sitting up and sitting down, but having a proper perspective or relating to the, in this case, Krishna Guru from the standpoint of a disciple, of a student. You understand? So the student puts himself in the position of a student. It's a very humble position. Humbleness is a very difficult qualification to be developed. The ego hates it. So if he would have put himself in the position of a disciple, from the beginning with Arjuna, with Krishna, he would not have any sense of inadequacy or guilt because he was putting already himself in a position. I'm here to learn from you, Guruji, and I have respect. I am humble enough. So that is the proper attitude coming from the Shitya, or disciple. But instead, my arrogance was as such as if I was insulting you. I mean, from me, I feel, oh my God, I was insulting you. And I mean, a lot of people, they have inappropriate attitude towards the guru. And they are not aware. They don't even have a clue, It just goes over. They do. I have people doing certain things, and I said, "Shall I point it out?" I said, "No, let it go," because they don't realize it. And if you try to point it out, they maybe even say, "No, no, it was not my intention, this and that." So he felt like I insulted the Lord, even though Krishna does not feel anything. Arjuna is feeling guilt. He surrendered now to the Lord and says, "Oh Lord, please forgive me just like a father forgives their children, his children." Oh Lord, for all the insults, for all the offense that I have done to you, and that is why in our culture we say we should not disrespect the earth, because the earth is the Lord. Earth is Vishvarupa Lord. We should not disrespect the Lord. And then here in the India culture, things take a different degree. It extends itself to the point that to jump into the river is to be disrespect to the river, especially if you do not do namaskara, and especially if you jump naked. It's a great disrespect. But in India, they have something more, culturally speaking, with this thing of being naked. So never disrespect the water. I mean, they go to the extent that never spit to the water. So sometimes you go into the water and then water comes, you have to put it out. We are all water. But spitting is disrespectful. And then as a symbol, say, don't do that because it could be said to be disrespectful. Do not take a bath in the river without clothes. These are advice given by the Vedas on those days. Why so much respect? We see that culture. Why so much respect? So the people will say, why so much respect? When it's raining, you should never run because the water raining from the sky is the Lord. So don't run away. You understand? Don't try to escape from the Lord. So these are extreme symbolisms or examples. Swami says it has two meanings. One is, generally speaking, when the rain comes, and it's even proof that the first rain can be more danger to cause cold and flus and things like that. The first means, say, the first drop. It has two meanings. We run to protect ourselves from the rain. So we run 2 meanings. If you run during the rain, generally the place will be wet and slippery. So makes sense that you run from the rain so that you don't fall, you don't slip and fall. But this is okay. I don't want to get wet and get a cold. That is another way I'm running. The second reason is why you try to escape from the rain, which is nothing but Bhagwan. It says, soak yourself in the rain because the rain is Bhagwan. But we run, and then Swami makes one of his jokes, and not only we run, but we run using the Gita book to protect our head, you know. So Bhagavad Gita, whether it is useful for anything, it's for protecting ourselves from the Lord. It's not to bring us within the Lord, but protect ourselves from the Lord, you know. So you can protect yourself from the Lord using the Gita book, no problem. There are four. Rain is one of the best gifts, and we know the rain is beautiful. When it comes, it's beautiful. And when I came here, I thought I was younger than what I was, in fact. And 5 years ago, I was just moving around, and then the monsoon comes, and the first rains come, and then I was doing some construction, and I was walking over the place and not concerned about the rain, enjoying the rain. And people told me, you're going to get sick. I said, "Ma, you know, it is nature." And, you know, they were right. I started having a throat, how you say, a sore throat and something like that. I started getting sick. So I have to be careful the way we read this verse. What is good, but in its proper measure, in its proper place and time and condition. Everything is a question of moderation, and nowadays, sometimes the water never comes. When it comes, it devastates everything around. So you're the father of the universe. Here we have to see two things. In Vedantic teaching, three stages are there. Philosophically, first we say Bhagwan creates the world, and stage number one, we know. The second one, Bhagwan, quote unquote, becomes the world, you know. The world is the body of the Lord. And then the last stage is Bhagwan appears as the world without undergoing any change. That's very beautiful. It's still Bhagwan appearing as the world. It's still Saguna Bhagwan, but there is a touch there of deep knowledge, which is how can something appear, you know, as the universe without undergoing any change. We still holding its fundamental nature as a supreme knowledge, you know, supreme sattva guna. Or furthermore, the supreme nirguna atma. First stage, it's called nimitta karana ishvara or ekarupa ishvara. The second stage is called upadana karana ishvara or anekarupa. Now, one is what is the meaning of an inita? Because one is an Ishvara with a name and a form, but what is an nimitta?
That's the intelligent or efficient cause.
Okay.
Upadana, the material.
Okay. Or Ekarupa. So Ekarupa is Shvara, conceived as a deity, as a Namarupa, a deity. And then you see Ishvara as all Namarupas. Aneka seria all Namarupas, I don't remember. No.
Anekarupa is formless, so not with a certain one particular form.
Yeah, all forms, yeah. One form, all forms, and then the third level is no form whatsoever. It's just a substratum, but that is already within the Jnana Yoga, no? The Upanishads. Arupa, Arupa Ishvara without any forms. The formless substratum of the cosmos. Arjuna is here doing both. He says, the Father, he says, you are the Father of the world and you are the world. Therefore, the entire creation consisting of the mobile and immobile beings, moving and non-moving beings, that's you. Because in Veda it said, Matru Devu Bhava. Just now we say Father has to be respected, and God is the universal Father. Father has to be respected, and God is the ultimate Father. Therefore, Pujaha, and not only the Lord is the creator of the world, Lord is the creator of the scriptural teaching tradition. He is very beautiful. I love it. Let me highlight it because it appears not too often, but it's again an indication that these scriptures, they were revealed by the Lord to the riches, to any of those people searching and seeking the understanding of the true nature of reality. So to those minds, all this knowledge is quote unquote downloaded or revealed. Revealed by whom? By Shwara. By how so? Because these are laws and principles, spiritual laws and principles, scriptural teachings, tradition. They present to us the laws of this Mithya order as well. On the side of the philosophical part, reveals to us the own reality as the light of consciousness of the observer, the Jiva Atma, observing this world. The teaching tradition also is initiated by the Lord. So the Lord revealed the scripture, the Lord initiates the tradition, the Lord provides the students, people who are mature enough to look for this knowledge, to search for this truth, and provides them with gurus as well. Therefore, the Lord is Adi Guru, is the most primordial, original guru. That's why Sadashiva, Samarambam, Shankaracharya, Madhyama. Or if you are Vishnu, Baba, Baba, Baba. But Bhagwan is not only Pita, but also Guru. So, Pujaha Guru. What is Pita here?
I think that's referring again to the Father.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, it's not only the Father, but is the source of knowledge, and therefore the one who reveals it, the Guru, the ultimate one. Garian, and you are a greater guru, superior to all gurus. In short, you are the greatest guru compared to the other gurus. Why? The logic is very simple. So the avatars are supposed to be born for the sake of teaching, elevating, I say, the human consciousness, or elevating uh, the spiritual knowledge, or I don't know how to put it. I'm a little bit tired today, but he comes to do that. uh, and he was not born because he wants to do that. Somehow he's born as the Lord to do that because he feels that he needs to pump some enthusiasm, some positivity in this world of ours, suppressing the violation of Dharma, supporting those people fighting to protect Dharma, this order. He creates the order, and then some people tune into this order and they want to keep the order, but there are some people that they are so demoniac that they only want to destroy the order for the sake of their own good, egoic desires. So the logic is Bhagwan was born without any karma. He just came as the Lord to support us and to protect the Dharma. Therefore, it's the greatest guru, and it's a guru that did not become a guru after having been a disciple. He was never a Sishyas or Shishyas. I don't remember. How you say Sishyas or Shishyas?
Shishya.
Shishya. Shishya. So they have the others that have been Shishyas before learning under some other guru. So I'm saying something interesting in this sense. Shankaracharya is a great guru, but he was born, we've seen, out of karma, and he had a great spiritual karma. He's a great guru, but he needs to go through the process of being a disciple, even though the story says that he was already teaching and writing scriptures at the age of a child. I don't know. Govinda was a great guru, but he himself was first a shishya. Everyone is a guru after being a shishya. But there is a guru that was never a shishya because it's the very source of knowledge, from where it begins. The knowledge from where it begins it originates from this pure sattva guna. The knowledge, not only this knowledge in respect to spiritual knowledge, but scientific knowledge, everything is in the mind of the Lord, who was never a shishya, who never had his guru. Therefore, he is not only the fatherless father, he is the original father who never had a father, but he also is the original guru who never had a guru. He's a guruless guru. And he's called guardian, Guru Tamam Adi Guru. Adi Guru is something more familiar. Adi Guru, the original Guru, the first Guru. A Guru who never had a Guru because it's the very origination of the teachings, of the laws. And therefore, the third line, you have to split it properly. Na tatvamasi. No, tatvamaha asti. It means there is no one equal to you. Okay. Okay, you're incomparable. It's good to put this, to read this text, to put it all in perspective, in proper perspective, to understand the the greatness of this creator compared to whatsoever virtue and qualities we may develop. When I say that there is no second infinite, there is no one greater than you. When I say that there is no second infinite, you ask whether there is something infinite. Infinite? No, it's not possible. Infinite is infinite. Okay. Therefore, in all the three worlds, you are the matchless, and so on. Okay. There we go, more and more now. He's the matchless one, as if it is, if he would be comparing to anybody. So we just, in comparison, we look from the human standpoint and say, oh my God, no ego, Jiva ego can ever match the glory of this creator, you know. We can compete. Therefore, it's better never to say, I am God. One, it's very confused, all of that, because James at certain point came to the idea, notion, I think it was him who brought that concept of Ishvara 1, Ishvara 2. So you can say, I am Ishvara 1, but you can never say, I am Ishvara 2. You know, and they say, oh, Ishvara 2. If you Ishvara 1, so you should be more than Ishvara 2. Yes, I am the true nature of Ishvara 2, but I don't know how to be Ishvara 2 because that is where the omniscience, all the intelligence of this cosmos, on how to keep this cosmos. And I will never be able to tap into that kind of knowledge.
Yeah. It's like you say, but there was this, I am Ishwara, Ishwara is not me. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
when you say I am Ishvara, you are referring to Ishvara 1. Okay? So it can be said,
right.
it can be said that I am Brahman, I am consciousness. But consciousness is not me because I am consciousness plus, the gunas, the elements and so on. So when you say I'm Brahman, it means I'm the nature of pure consciousness, but here I'm saying this as mixed up with the prakriti, with the gunas, with the elements. So on the other hand, the elements resolve themselves in Brahman as Brahman. So I could say this is all Brahman, and I am Brahman, and Brahman is all of this. So it's a little, this statement, Satya, Mithya is Satya, Satya is not Mithya. You have to use it, very carefully. Because Mithya is a superimposition that comes with finitude and limitation. The superimposition as Namarupas, as projection, is not consciousness, but since it's an apparent projection sitting on Brahman with limitless consciousness, you say, no, there is no superimposition, there is only limitless consciousness, you understand? So it's there are some nuance there to understand this, that Mithya is Satya, but Satya is not Mithya. Satya is limitless conscious existence. In Mithya is a projection full of limitations, most commonly the limitation imposed by time. It appears and disappears. Verse 44, therefore, saluting and prostrating the body. So now he's throwing himself at the foot of the Lord and says, I'm here and I propitiate you, the adorable Lord. You should forgive my offense just as a father forgives those of the son. It reminds of the story of Jesus in which he says, forgive, Lord, all "Oh Father, forgive these children. They are ignorant like children. They don't know what they are doing, you know." So you have to be at that level of greatness to forgive everything and everyone, all players, you know, even the most worstful, you know, people around us. Just as a father forgives those of the son, just as a friend forgives those of a friend, just as a husband forgives those offenses of the wife, just as the wife forgives those offenses of the husband. Arjuna's guilt does not leave him, and he has not done anything very serious. He just treats Krishna as a neighbor, as a friend. He did not do anything really hurtful or disrespectful. But again, repeat the same concept. He felt like as if I did do a great insult. So it's more of the same. Treating the Lord as a friend is acceptable, but still Arjuna feels bad. This reminds me of this story, you know, of this notion, this concept in Vedanta. The teacher puts himself in the position of a friend, you know, and it is much inspired in the Gita, in which Guruji, which is an avatar, which is the Lord, you know, manifests as Krishna, puts himself in the position of the driver of Arjuna's. First as his friend, neighbor, and now he's just a driver, you know, of the chariot of Arjuna. And once, if the guru puts himself or herself in the position as a friend, it's more easy to transmit these teachings, friend to friend. But friend to friend, sometimes it creates other kinds of problems as well. Because when the guru puts himself in a friendly position, and then the other person say, "Oh yeah, the guy is just my friend, so I can teach him as well." And then the Shisha begins throwing a lot of wrong notions and concepts, trying to improve the knowledge of the teacher, you know? So I teach you, you teach me. So you teach me, we are friends, now I teach you. It's the situation that I have had going for a long time with my friend from California. And so it's good to be available as a friend. It reminds me of another memory, old memory. My first guru, the Osho, there was a time that he was in his talk, he was saying, "Yes, you are all my friends and this and that. I'm not an extraordinary man." He used to say, "I'm an ordinary man. We made music for him. Just an ordinary man has changed my life." And we are making songs all the time for him. We are so madly in love with the guy. And he was saying, "Yes, I'm a friend, I'm a friend." And some people, they got excited with this saying of him saying, "I'm an ordinary man, I'm just a friend to you." And then start, you know, pushing the envelope, say, treating him as a friend. And then he says, "So you misunderstood. From my standpoint, I say, I am a friend to you. But from your standpoint, I am your teacher, your guru, or, you know." So, uh, Arjuna was still there, and he was offering no more serious, heavy duty namaskaras to try to get rid of his guilt. So I don't know why Krishna did not interfere and say, "No, no, there's no need for any of that. You are not guilty of anything." Ignorance is something very common, and we need to forgive ourselves for our ignorance and so on. Take it easy, like Papaji, you would get upset people trying to hold on to his feet. Therefore, we also do that. We prostrate at the feet of the Lord and so on. Have done satsanga pranamaha to you. I propitiate you as a compensation for my guilt, my insult. I feel I have done insult to you. Okay. He's trying, oh, now Krishna may be mad at me right now. It's better I do something to cool things down here. But, Krishna was not heated up at all. So this paragraph, I need some you guys help because it's just about Sanskrit grammar here. Or we can just skip. Adorable one, the one who deserves namaskara is you. There is no one other than you. Nobody deserves namaskara. Any honor should be given to you, not to anybody. Everything comes from you and resolves back in you. Remember the Kenopanishad story. So the gods, the Indra was the one who somehow fixed the situation, but the other gods got so vain and so arrogant, and their ego start taking the merits and the glory of having deceived the enemies of Dharma in the battlefield. They took the glory to themselves, and then they became arrogant and vain. And then we saw the story Indra in the beginning had to deal with that shining presence or entity there who came to teach, proper manner so that people could overcome their vanity, their arrogance, and their ego. If you do namaskara to a yani or a guru or sannyasi, what they should do, they should not keep it. If they keep it, that will cause their downfall. Therefore, immediately, they should hand it over to the Lord. We see it all over the place. So, unqualified disciples or devotees giving so much, respect or worship to these gurus, and the gurus they take it in, they think that it belongs to them, those appreciation, respect, and worship, and then they developed a dysfunctional altered ego, and that's the beginning of their end. Therefore, idam means worship, to honor, to worship, to honor. Adorable. God, I appreciate it to you. So, hoping that you are not going to have any hard feelings towards me for my offense. So here Swami reminds three examples of forgiveness, It was mentioned in the verse as well because they were referring to Krishna as the Adi Father, the ultimate Father. So, and then we know that the Father, almost invariably forgives the children, sometimes not. So, offense that the children has done in the past, yeah, we have to let it go, forgive it. And we have to remember, we did also offense against our children. I don't know if you had children, Lim. No, no. No. So we have to forgive ourselves and forgive everyone, because after all, we are mostly innocent because we come here with this huge veil of ignorance, Arjuna says, just as parents or father forgive the children, so please forgive me. It's because of their immaturity. It is because of my immaturity. So it means to say we also need to forgive our children. And nowadays, children they do a lot of all kinds of things. He puts here. It's very interesting. He's talking in terms of the India, the Vedic culture. Uh, the the American culture was somehow for different reasons it publicized itself all over the world in such a way that made other cultures look up and say, I want that culture as well, It spread all over the world. Everybody wants, the lifestyle of having sing, success, the American dream. So this is 25 years ago. People were already migrating from the college there in India. The dream was to find a good job in the USA. So the children, he says, they have been exposed with due to one of the things, the media. We live in a globalized world in which, the media exports all over the place what's going on. I mean, some places they just keep it for themselves and avoid, much of this inter exchange and this exchange. But people in India, the children, they were exposed to other culture. They are all mixed up, and then they do not know anymore how to behave in their own culture anymore because they are picking up from other cultures. When you live in a place, you have to behave according to that culture, And then they make a lot of mistakes. One of the things that I noticed is I came to the USA in 2001 with me and Sylvia. Before that, I spent, I think it was 7 years in in Italy. Yeah, after Sylvia and we got married. And when I went to the USA, I saw the teenager and the people around the USA. I said, oh, they are so different. Because in Italy, the teenagers and the young people, they were so properly educated and they have respect and reverence to the elderly people. And in the USA, I saw kids and the how you say? I just said the word. The children, when they are 20, 21, is I just said the word.
The teenagers versus the young adults?
I saw the teenagers behaving in a way totally different from I was used to in India. Here in Brazil, it's terrible. They don't know almost, most of the time they don't know. They don't have that proper pose, that I have seen in some in Italy mostly. And this is because you want to get everybody mixed up, open the board, lab everybody, and then you're gonna get in a mess, a confusion, different cultures put together. How are you gonna live? I mean, a culture is a culture. Therefore, in India, they learn to forgive the children, knowing that they are confused and they are committing mistakes due to exposition to too many other cultures. I was living in Tokyo and I was not behaving according to the culture. I was making a lot of mistakes. Thanks God nobody punched my nose there. The second example, a husband forgiving the wife for her mistake, offense, insults. So the husband usually is an elder, and the wife in India especially, they like to pick up wives that are 15, 20, 25 years younger somehow. So, and then the wife is a disciple of the older husband. Husband is considered to be the teacher of the wife, the guru. The wife then is considered to be a shishya. Even though every wife there resists becoming a shishya, that's the conflict. Because husbands do not really deserve that status. That is a different problem, says Swamiji. So therefore, just as husband forgives the wife, a wife means priya, which means beloved one or dear one. And then Swami gets a little bit in trouble. And he said, here, wife is called dear. So wife's supposed to be dearer, the most dear. And then, okay, if she is not dear to the husband, make her to be your dear. So I'm not saying all of this. Gita is saying all of this. What I know about that, I know nothing about these issues. Please, let's change the subject. He got a little bit into trouble there. And then in the end, so therefore the best thing is you should be dear to one another. So each one of you is the guru and the shishya, listen to one another. Just as a friend forgives the offense and the insults of another friend, similarly, O Lord, you are like father and you are like husband. You are like wife. In fact, there is also a form of bhakti called Madhura Bhakti, where the devotee looks upon himself as Gopi or Radha, and the Lord is the only Purusha. And that kind of bhakti is called Madhura Bhakti. So I don't even try to understand this nuance of this culture. Therefore, you are like the husband, and you are, of course, my friend also. From whatever angle you see, you need to forgive me. Okay, and then there are some grammar lessons here. So the point here, the logic here is that he's the ultimate father. There is no problem. The idea that God is a superhuman jiva with the two options. One is to forgive you or to punish you or to reward you reward you. It's a little bit it's a concession to ignorance, you know. So if anything, it is absolute equanimous. He does not have hard feelings because he's a system. Okay, he does not need to compensate us, to reward us, or to punish us, or forgive us. He is a system. But we can look at it and understand that there is nothing that we do that cannot be transformed, that cannot bring an experience of tremendous papa that will help me to redirect my life towards spiritual religious wisdom. So therefore, there's no question of asking for forgiveness, you know. If anything, we should forgive ourselves again and again and again and again, because it's very tough to be born here as a human being, and we make mistakes all the time. Forgive ourselves, and then if we pray to the Lord. So shine your light of pure knowledge in my intellect so that I can understand better your order here, this intelligent order, and learn to conduct myself in a way that is conducive to my development. So Sandy, a grammar violations here. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to make a deal with you guys. If you guys want to make a deal with me, of course, a deal must come from both sides. Are you guys interested in meeting tomorrow again? Because tomorrow would be our last meeting of this week. Same time?
Same time?
Yeah,
Same time.
I can do that.
I think I can make. I have today I had a drop of energy very, very big unexpectedly. I think because I went for a long, intense walk. I think I overdid because now I finally love to move my body and exercise a little bit more.
Yeah.
And but I think I can pull it together because tomorrow I leave around 11:30 in the morning from here to meet with Silvia in Alto so that we get everything together to go to Brazilian. From Brazilian, we're going to do a lot of medical exams on Wednesday. And then we go to visit my father. When I'm there in my father, there will be no problem. I will be set and our classes are going to be running with our new timing, you know, Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays, unless one of us can't, and then we try to reschedule for another day. Okay, so if everything goes good, tomorrow we meet same time. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishate. Om Shanti 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 Om Shwara. Namaste.
Thank you, Arlo.
Thank you, my dears.
Yeah, thanks, Arlindo.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow.